In most neighborhoods, you don't mess with the sheriff. But in Hickory Ridge Estates, apparently, the HOA didn't get the memo. Especially not Karen Stiverson, the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA board. She ran the neighborhood like a miniature kingdom, measuring grass blades with a ruler, handing out fines for inadequate fence tone, and writing up violations for parking non-conforming vehicles, which could mean anything larger than a Honda Civic. So when our county sheriff, Deputy Eli Granger, stopped by to check on his aunt who lived next door to me, Karen saw only one thing: a dirty government pickup parked 10 inches past the sidewalk line. And she made a decision that would haunt her. It started around 3:45 p.m. on a Tuesday. Eli pulled his standard issue tan Chevy Silverado into his aunt's driveway. Half the truck was in the driveway. The other half stuck out a bit due to some trash bins. Nobody cared, except Karen. I was mowing my lawn when I saw her stalking across the cul-de-sac with her phone out and fury in her eyes. She snapped a photo of the truck from 3 angles, then stormed off like she was heading into battle. 10 minutes later, a private tow truck rolled up. I couldn't believe it. The driver hesitated. "This a cop's truck?" Karen, arms folded, barked, "It's illegally parked." HOA policy 6.3.2 prohibits any vehicle extending past the driveway for longer than 15 minutes. Tow it. The driver, clearly not wanting to get involved, shrugged and began hooking up the rear wheels. A small crowd gathered. Several neighbors came out, whispering in disbelief. Just as the truck was lifted, Eli came out of his aunt's house, holding a casserole dish. He froze. "What in the hell?" Karen stepped up with a smug grin. "Next time, follow the rules, officer. No special treatment here." Eli calmly placed the casserole on the ground, then pulled out his badge. "You're towing a marked sheriff's vehicle without notifying the department. That's felony-level tampering with law enforcement property." Karen blinked. "You're bluffing." "No, ma'am," he replied. "That's a state charge under Code 37.10, and you're about 10 seconds from going for a ride." She started backpedaling, waving at the tow driver. "Unhook it! I didn't know it was official." But the damage was done. Within 30 minutes, 2 more patrol cars pulled up. Karen began wailing about her rights, HOA policies, and how the sheriff's department was overreacting. She even threatened to fine Eli again for verbal hostility. That didn't go well. The other deputies calmly placed her under arrest for tampering with government property, unauthorized towing of a law enforcement vehicle, disruption of official duties. She screamed the entire way to the squad car. "You'll hear from my lawyer. This is a community enforcement matter." But Eli wasn't done. The fallout was glorious. Karen's arrest made the local news. HOA president arrested for towing police vehicle. The entire Hickory Ridge HOA board held an emergency vote the next weekend and unanimously removed her from office. Turns out she'd been bending the rules for years, but this time she pushed too far. Several homeowners filed formal complaints against her leadership. One family even sued her for harassing their teenage son over a non-regulation basketball hoop. Karen eventually put her house up for sale and disappeared from the neighborhood. And the HOA? They revised their bylaws to make sure no civilian ever tried to tow government vehicles again. Now Eli still visits his aunt every other week, parks wherever he wants, and the casserole dish always gets finished. And Hickory Ridge? Well, it's a lot quieter without a Karen with a clipboard and a grudge.